all blaze weapons, 3 build types, and we're definitely going to light them up, light them up, let's burn all of them! Hey everyone, your friendly fast-talking high-pitched shadow strider is here with a short and sweet video for blaze weapons and a few blaze weapon builds. With Winterhorn out, I decided to give you a couple of build ideas for all blaze weapons in the game that will help you deal with him and also give you a few flame-inspired motherfucking burning builds to use. You can use the builds with every blaze weapon from every category, you will only need to swap a few cells between weapon types. The difference is that some of the Emberman and Charrock weapons have technique slots while the rest have power slot. In those situations, just change the cell you have put into the weapon so that either maxes out another perk or gives you a perk you find more useful for your own playstyle. The build links will take you to a sword version of the build, but they are applicable to other weapons and can be adjusted or tuned to your liking. No build is set in stone, so remember to adapt and change stuff if you feel like it. I will be showing Hylian, Emberman and Charrock weapon builds, which are the current blaze weapons. You can use these builds against any behemoth, even blaze behemoths, although that's not a very good idea or a bright one, but hey, who am I to stop you guys? There's going to be a build for metamorons, there's gonna be a build for lazy low life fucks, and there's gonna be a build for part breaking junkies. Overall, there is something for every single one of you. The quick shadow ad: you can support me on the Epic or Dauntless store by using my creator code when you make a purchase. I also stream on Twitch, both playing and helping viewer streams as well as music composing streams, so check the link and join me sometime. In order to make this video as short and sweet as possible and not take up too much of your precious time, I will quickly go through all of the builds. I use the same consumables for all 3 builds: Frenzy, Blitz and Assault Tonic. Also, since we're doing blaze builds, I'm using the Emberman Lantern in all 3 of them, but if you want, you can swap it for the Drask one. I personally use and like both. The Drask one will give you more damage, but the Emberman one gives you an easier time with the heavy weapons. All builds will use the same specials and mods for the weapons. For swords, you will use Violent Overdrive and Reactive Hilt. For axes, you will use Grim Onslaught and Overcharged Cylinder. For chain blades, you will use Cruel Rift Strike and Serrated Blades. For hammers, you will use Mighty Landbreaker and Extended Clip. For Warpike, you will use Savage Wellspring and Bound Spearhead. For repeaters, you will use Blaze Barrel, Full Bore Chamber, Captain's Grip, Searing Prism and Lucky Magazine. I do not advise you guys to use these builds with the repeaters, but the choice is yours. If you do use them, put Cunning and Conditioning perk in your repeaters. Build number 1 is based on the Hylian weapons and are meant for the metamorons because they use the Predator perk and dish out the most amount of damage but also require the most amount of skills. The build will give you 6 maxed out perks: Ether Attunement, Conduit, Evasive Fury, Overpower, Predator and Rage Hunter. Since all of the Hylian weapons have 2 power slots, it becomes very easy and you will put a Rage Hunter and an Overpower cell in all of them. Hylian helmet with Evasive Fury cell, Koshai chest with Ether Attunement cell, Zachary gloves with Evasive Fury cell, Koshai leggings with Ether Attunement cell and Emberman Lantern with Conduit cell. The way to use the build is simple but hard for some of you. You must evade into behemoth attacks and never get hit for maximum damage potential. Evading into the attacks is advisable. Wait, what the fuck does advisable even mean in this situation? I advise you to evade into behemoth attacks because it's very important, especially for the hammer and axe user, since you get bonus attack speed, which is only given when you evade through a behemoth attack and not away from a behemoth attack. And that can mean the difference between a dead behemoth and a dead slayer. Use your lantern on cooldown to get the conduit bonus, and if possible try to alternate between your lantern hold and lantern press abilities so that you have constant attack speed bonus. Again, this is the most damaging of all 3 builds, but also the hardest one to use and to sustain. Build number 2 uses the Charrock weapons. They all have a defense slot alongside a power or technique slot. For those weapons that have a power slot, you will use a Rage Hunter and Iceborne cell. For the weapons that have a technique slot, you will use a Cunning and an Iceborne cell. Hylian helmet with Wild Frenzy cell, Shroud chest with Ether Hunter cell, Charrock gloves with Conduit cell, Boreas legging with Wild Frenzy cell, Emberman Lantern with Conduit cell. This build uses the low life trio Iceborne, Rage and Wild Frenzy, which is meant for lazy low life fucks like myself. The build is super easy to use and relatively safe, although it does not make you Super Saiyan God, nor does it make you an immortal or another invincible creature. There are still attacks that can one-shot your ass, like Zachary's Rainbow Disco Balls of Death and the Winterhorn Frozen Slam Dunk of Death, so be careful and try to evade some of the attacks. For some weapons, this build will give you a perfect 6 perk setup with Ether Hunter, Conduit, Iceborne, Rage Hunter and Wild Frenzy. This build is more useful against behemoths who have an Ether mode due to the Ether Hunter perk, which means elemental behemoths. Using it is easy, let the behemoths get you under 50% HP and start smashing them to death. Pop your tonics when you're under 50% HP and not when you start the fight, so you have more benefits from them. The build gives you lifesteal and relatively good damage numbers and is able to achieve 3 to 5 minute kill times on behemoths. This may vary depending on many factors and is based on my personal testing solo the fights. You can also use this build in either solo or team fights, but a huge warning to all of you Terra weapon users out there: please switch to another goddamn weapon, because it's a goddamn annoying situation when you fucking heal us and we cannot use our bonuses. Finally, we have the Ember main weapons build. Similar to the Charak one, you have a mobility slot and either a technique or a power slot based on the weapon. For the weapons with the technique slot, use a cunning cell. For the weapons with the power slot, use a knockout king cell. The mobility cell should be a conditioning one. Vanguard helmet with overpower cell, Karabac chest with blade storm cell, Rozakari gloves with cunning cell, Karabac leggings with overpower cell, Ember main lantern with the conduit cell. This build will give you 5 maxed out perks, blade storm, conditioning, conduit, cunning and overpowered alongside +3 evasive fury and knockout king. For the hammer and axe weapons you could swap out overpowered cell for sharpened ones to give you more part breaking potential. The choice is yours. Overall the build is meant for part breaking, although the hammer gets bonus stagger damage for the unique effect rather than part damage like the other weapons. Nevertheless, the build is fun and easy to use. It will give you good kill times, and you can also replace the cunning perks with predator perks if you want to play at a higher level and get even more damage. Although remember, more basic damage means faster kill times and less part breaks. Pop your tonics whenever you find best and do not worry too much about getting hit unless you swapped for predator. Kill times can vary widely from 4 to 7 minutes depending on luck and playstyle. Like the other two builds, you can also use it solo or in a team fight, but it will not have such a big benefit for part breaking in team fights. It will assist, but not as much as when you go solo. Anyways, this is everything for this video and all of these builds. Be sure to give the video a like or dislike as you see fit, as well as to drop a comment with feedback and suggestions down below for future videos. Be sure to also check the links in the description to my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram and Discord community, where I invite you to follow me or join me. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon in order to get notifications. This is everything for me for this video. See you in the next one. Shadow Strider out.